discussed it last.
Last one?
Yeah.
This one we did. Hold it for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Is there any other old business?
I'd like to make the following motion. This is a resolution of the Board of Education of the West Morris Regional High School District in the County of Morris in the state of New Jersey, providing for the conduct of a for the conduct of a school district referendum to be held on Wednesday, April 27, 2011. Be it resolved by the Board of Education of the West Morris Regional High School District in the County of Morris, state of New Jersey, the board, when referring to the governing body, and the school district when referring to the territorial boundaries governed thereby, resolves to authorize action to be taken as follows. Number one, a school district referendum election of the legal voters of the school district shall be held on Wednesday, April 27, 2011, commencing at the same time and locations as the regular annual election of the school district for the purposes hereinafter provided. The poll shall remain open until the same time as the annual election of the school district and as much longer as may be necessary to permit all the legal voters then present to vote and cast their ballots. Number two, the following proposal shall be submitted to the legal voters of the school district at the referendum election. It's okay, I'll just read the ballot question. I think all board members have the interpretive statement unless somebody would like me to read that also. The ballot question is, should all annual or special appropriations to the West Morris Regional High School District, including the amounts to be raised for interest upon and the redemption of bonds payable by the district, be apportioned among the municipalities of the Borough of Chester, the Township of Chester, the Borough of Mendham, the Township of Mendham, and the Township of Washington in the County of Morris, upon the basis of the proportional number of students enrolled from each municipality on the 15th day of October of the pre-budget year, in the same manner as would apply if each municipality constituted a separate constituent school district. Would you like me to read the interpretive statement?
Up to you.
Would anybody like me to read it? Maybe you all have copies.
Can't read it, I did.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
Really quick. How do you keep the polls open as long as necessary? They're open to the vote.
Yeah,
Every
we-
10 minutes.
As far as
I think that's what the law requires. What it says is, as may be necessary to permit all the legal voters then present meeting by 9 o'clock to vote and cast their ballots. So if they're online at 8:59 and they don't get to the polling booth by 9, they're still allowed to vote. I think by law, as a
I
matter of law.
understand what you're saying, but I don't
Right.
think, is it?
That's statute.
I thought the polls closed at 9 over the
No. The doors are closed at night and no further people are admitted inside. That's why there's usually a police officer and also to lock the doors. But if you are inside and you have not voted yet, you are, sometimes polls will stay open for hours, you know, when you see the presidential returns, because there's thousands of people waiting in line because of voting machine.
Any other discussion?
I'd like to make a comment. It disturbs me, I'm on the Board of Education because I care about education, and we have spent no time talking about kids, no time talking about education, no time talking about what's best for our schools. We are dealing with a divisive issue that any way we go, we're going to be wrong. We spent more time talking about a phys ed exemption than we have talking about this issue. I don't have enough information. I would like to, as some of you have suggested, explore other options. Perhaps, as this gentleman said, maybe some type of compromise that we can all live with and get along together. I'm concerned about the impact of this over a 10-year period as demographics are rapidly changing, even though I don't have demographic information to base an intelligent opinion upon. I don't know what will happen with ratables, so I have so many questions about this and no answers. And as I just, in good conscience, I can't support something like this. It just, I don't have enough to base an opinion upon. Sorry.
No? You give everybody an answer.
Is there some way, because what we're talking about, we're not lowering taxes, we're shifting taxes. That's all we're doing. Nothing's lowering, the taxes aren't being lowered. Can we all talk to the town fathers in some way, get a process going where, is there a K through 12 district? K through 1 through 12 as far as study. As far as, you know, can we get everybody together? That's going to save money. This is what's going to be. If Chester Township saves $186, is it going to mean a whole heck of a lot to everybody? It's what we spend for a crappy meal around here, not even a good meal. I'm not wrong. Let's look some ways, we're going to look, let's get it together. Let's look ways to save some money, not shift money.
Jamie, picking up on Charlie's comments, that our student reps always impress and amaze me, and Dave's comments as well. I'd like to leverage some of what I think CBS stands for, and that's the efficient delivery of education. And much has been made tonight that we haven't focused on education, but rather dollars and cents. So, in the spirit of Joe's comments, would it make sense for us collectively to see how we could, across the 5 communities, efficiently deliver services? If we take any cues from the private sector, it's all about consolidation and driving efficiencies. This week we saw a large announcement in the communications industry. Those 2 companies are going to drive $3 billion of savings and presumably deliver that back to their customers in value. So to get to Charlie's excellent point, why don't we look further, see what we can realize, and deliver that value to our students and to our teachers? I think that's a reasonable goal for us to work for. I think that would be not divisive. That would build a consensus. I hope that's a good thing.
I look at this as an opportunity to gather information on an issue that's been haunting us for several years, simply since I was here 19 years ago. It's a no-cost opportunity. If we put it on the ballot in April, we have an opportunity to see what kind of voter turnout we get. We have an opportunity to measure the level of voter interest on either side of the issue. I think we grossly underestimate the intelligence of our voters if we presume that putting this on a ballot drives a no vote on a well-constructed, well-thought-out ballot. I think everyone in our 5 towns is a little smarter than that. I think the fact that 80% of these municipal governments have asked us to do this unanimously, what have we got to lose? I don't believe it's divisive. I think it's an opportunity to express a voter's opinion. Washington Township may vote no. I expect them to vote no. But the other concern that I have is for years, this board has told us, we can't change the funding formula. You all have to take it front. Maybe this is a stepping stone. Maybe this is the first step to go to Trent and say, we are in an impossible situation where nobody is going to win. The Seward situation does not go away. Every time a group emerges, they learn from the previous group. They're smarter, and they're more driven, and they're more frustrated. It never goes away. So we give them an opportunity to put it on the ballot at no cost. And Washington Township will probably vote it down. We have an organized, intelligent group of folks who say, we're willing to go to Trenton this time. I think they're willing to go to Trenton and say, you better craft some legislation that has a back door so that when our state aid is dwindled to $3 million, but we have 4 towns paying 1 town $6 million, of course there's voter and taxpayer frustration. Of course it becomes a destructive issue when you've got neighbors who have lost their homes, senior citizens in Chester and Mendon on fixed incomes in their ranch homes on 3 or 4 acres, property rich, income poor. We can't ignore their needs either. So here we have an opportunity to start a process and gather information to perhaps further proceed down the path we were all suggesting. And for that reason, I think it makes sense at this time. If we do it in September or if we do it in December, we have to pay for it. We have to take their money and we have to pay. This is no fun.
Does the road department have to begin with the vote, or can that happen independently?
They have tried. They tried in the past, I believe Jeff Emery in Berlin tried several years ago. Am I correct, John?
I wasn't paying attention to you, I'm sorry. I apologize.
My perception is the road to Trenton needs driven momentum, and this will begin that drive. And then we finally get resolution and put this thing to bed so that we can focus on the educational issues. Because as long as this is out there, it is going to haunt this board, and it's going to be divisive, no matter what we choose to do. It's got to get this out.
There is no doubt in my mind that if this question is put on the next election, that it would be defeated. I've said for many years that we should be looking at only K to 12, one K to 12 district that would probably save taxpayers a lot of money and most importantly, improve the education of our